ये है आपका अपना सबरंग 94.7 FM।
सबरंग रेडियो 94.7 FM ਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਲਿਸਨਰਸ ਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਥਰਸਡੇ ਦੇ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ 'ਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਦਾ ਜੀ। ਮੈਂ ਰਜੇਸ਼। ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹੋ, ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਨਾਉਂਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ, ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਕ੍ਰਿਸ ਅਲੈਗਜ਼ੈਂਡਰ ਜੀ ਸ਼ਾਮਿਲ ਨੇ। ਸੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੁੱਦੇ ਨੇ ਅੱਜ ਲੇਟੈਸਟ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਮੁੱਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਚਾਹਾਂਗਾ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਲਈਏ। ਸੋ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਕ੍ਰਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਵਿਦ ਅਸ। ਸੋ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਟੂ सबरंग रेडियो 94.7 FM।
Thank you so much, and Sat Sri Akal, namaste to all of your listeners. Great to be with you. Great to be in Calgary.
Thank you very much and happy Baisakhi to you. I came to know you celebrated Baisakhi in Ottawa.
Happy Baisakhi to you too. I have been celebrating Baisakhi for a week now, and yes, we had all over the Greater Toronto area, which is home for me, and we had a great event here on the Hill in Ottawa, Baisakhi on the Hill, with all of the MPs that you know so well, including Devinder Shuri and the Prime Minister.
So everyone, and they released the Kamagata Maru ticket also.
The Museum of Nature. We've all done a huge amount as a government to recognize the tragedy and learn from the experience, the tragic experience of the Komagata Maru. But to have a stamp unveiled this week to coincide with Baisakhi on the Hill was really extraordinary. And it speaks to the determination of Canadians to know their history, celebrate the great achievements we have, and understand and be honest about the mistakes that were made.
That's very right. And just tell us, when we talked last time, we talked about the immigration policies, family class and economic immigration. So what, because our listeners want to know what at present you have more about regarding the economic immigration and family class immigration, spousal, parental or grandparents.
Sure. Well, first let me say all of our immigration programs are open, going strong. We're receiving new applications for a federal skilled worker program, for example, and federal skilled trade, as well as the Canadian experience class. So it's really a golden moment for Canadian immigration, because not only are we accepting immigrants at a historically high level in terms of the numbers, we are also processing the applications much faster than we did 8 years ago when we came into government. We've reduced backlogs, we've kept them down, and as you know, under this express entry system, which we'll talk about, I hope, in more detail, we will move to 6-month processing for economic immigration starting January 1st, 2015. Now, on levels, we have averaged 257,000 new Canadian permanent residents every year since 2006. That's well over 20,000 more than the almost 30,000 more on average than the Liberals over their time in government. And of that level, it was over just under 260,000 last year. 63% economic immigrants. 26% are from the family class, spouses, dependent children, parents and grandparents, and then 11% go to that special class of humanitarian streams of immigration, including refugees that we resettle here.
It's very good. It was like government is taking a lot of interest and making a lot of good policies for the new immigrants and for the citizens as well. So can you tell us something more about like express entry system you are going to launch in January 2015? How it will affect the Canadian immigration system?
Well, I think it's going to be very exciting for Canada, because it will mean immigrants are hitting the ground running when they get here, that they are slotting into the job in Alberta and elsewhere that we know need to be filled, and where we often don't have enough Canadians, despite great universities and colleges, to meet demand. So express entry is first and foremost about letting those market signals, those skills deficits in Canada, drive our immigration system so that we get the IT professionals, the skilled trade people, the service managers, the client service managers that we need in this country in numbers that we're not able to find here. It will have an economic logic that will mean immigration is an even more powerful force for growth, job, prosperity in Canada. But secondly, for the client, for anyone who's interested in Canada, who's not yet a Canadian, it's exciting because it will be faster processing. Our federal skilled worker program, Rajesh, which you sure know about.
Definitely, it seems like some separate text, like the people we need exactly over here, so they can came over here and directly they can contribute into the community. And
instead of the previous model, before we reformed it, the federal skilled worker program, which had been neglected under the previous government, some people were waiting 10 years to get processed, and that's unacceptable. Even 2 years is now unacceptable. We're at 1 year and we're going to go down to 6 months, because people come to this country, deserve predictability, deserve to know what jobs are available to them, know what they will have to do to have their credentials recognized. The best way of ensuring that they succeed is getting them here fast and letting them go to work quickly. And that's Express Entry will do. It'll have 2 steps. First, we will ask people, anyone around the world, and I think large numbers of people will do this, to tell us they're interested in Canada, to fill out a profile, to be part of a very large group of people who would potentially come here. We're going to invite the people with the best skills, with the qualifications we need, with the education, with the language ability that we need to apply from that pool, and then we'll process those applications in 6 months.
So it means no more Canadians directly coming and getting the job within 6 months instead of taking previously it was sometimes 10 year and which I think
from the day the complete application is received to the day when a positive decision is taken to admit a new permanent resident, it will be 6 months or less in 80% of the case. And I think those are conservative estimates. Those are safe estimates. We're going to obviously try to do even better than that.
That's very good. Actually, I think our listeners, those are listening to it, and I will like to tell them in Punjabi as well. Like there is a Punjabi ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗਾ ਕਿ ਜਨਵਰੀ 2015 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਬੜਾ ਵਧੀਆ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਐਕਸਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਐਂਟਰੀ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਲਾਂਚ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਜਿਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਵੱਖਰੀਆਂ ਟੀਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੋਕੀ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ IT ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਜਾਂ ਮੈਨੇਜਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਕੋਰਸ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਵਾਕਈ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਇੱਥੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟ ਬੁਲਾ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਦੀ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਜੌਬਸ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਇੰਪਲੋਈ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਟੀਚਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨੇ ਮਿੱਥਿਆ ਇਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ 6 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਡਿਸੀਜਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਲੈ ਸਕੀਏ ਤੇ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਭਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੋਕੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਪਲਾਈ ਕਰਨਗੇ ਜੇ ਉਹ ਆਉਣਾ ਚਾਹਣਗੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵਧੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਵਧੀਆ ਆਫਰ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਬੁਲਾ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਕੈਨੇਡੀਅਨ ਇਕਨੋਮੀ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਬੂਸਟ ਮਿਲੇਗਾ ਨਾਲ ਦੀ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਆਪਣੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨਿਊ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੈਂਟ ਆਣਗੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਕਾਫੀ ਇਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦਾ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਚੁੱਕਣਗੇ ਸੋ ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਐਕਸਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਐਂਟਰੀ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਕੈਨੇਡੀਅਨ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਜਨਵਰੀ 2015 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਾਂਚ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਗੱਲ ਦਾ ਖੁਲਾਸਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ so minister that's really very good news and you are sharing with our listeners and
can I add this system will deliver 6-month service for federal skilled worker program federal skilled trade program which target people who are outside the country and then for Canadian experience class and the lion's share I hope of the provincial nominee program which are for people inside the country.
Very good that's really good news you are sharing so my another question to you is like recently we came to know Canadian government or your department especially I will say so welcome the 1164 new Canadians so it's a very good news like so many new Canadians are becoming citizen now and last year it was just only 284 which is more than 4 times than the last year same month April 2013 versus April 2013
yeah no those are great numbers from Calgary. I hope all of those new citizens are listeners to your radio station. They are flocking obviously to proudly qualifying for their citizenship because of the quality of life you have there and it's part of a great story across Canada. We have processed 76,000 new Canadian citizens awarded them their citizenship in only the first 3 months of this year. That's a record for any of the years where I've seen numbers. It shows that citizenship is in demand. It shows that people are doing well on the test. They're qualifying under the language requirement. They're meeting the residency requirement and they're benefiting. And it also shows that despite a backlog in citizenship applications, we are moving ahead. We're putting those days of slow processing of citizenship behind us, and so I think it's a great story. It's also a great story for Indian, families with their roots in India, because India again in 2013 gave us 33,000 immigrants, virtually the top country of origin for our immigration. So 33,000 out of.
That's a really very big, good number.
And
only
for visitors, it was 130,000 with huge use of the super visa. 14,000 students within the visitor number. We're very impressed by the growth we're seeing from India across the board.
Yeah, that's very true about the students as well and new immigrants you are telling about because I have faced so many. I talk to new immigrants. There are a lot of new immigrants coming in Calgary and then in my family I have a niece coming for student visa over here. So she is joining here already. So it's a really good and I know your student visa system is very lax and it's good for the people from all over the world and especially from the India as well because a lot of people are good in English there as compared to other countries.
No, I think India has an advantage in all streams of study work and immigration because English language is taught so widely at such a high level. This is one of with the United States, this is the biggest English-speaking country in the world, and so that is driving our immigration numbers as well as the talent, education, and work experience of these 33,000 people who came in 2013. Also, Indians are very proficient in the service industries that are, including IT, that are among the fastest growing in Canada. So it's a perfect match.
So seems like in the coming months or years, the express entry system, more Indians will be joining with us in Canada, or especially in Calgary also because Calgary is a booming city and
absolutely. No, we expect Calgary to be a very strong pole of attraction and India to be a very leading source country for years to come. We're determined to use express entry to ensure Canada's immigration programs are the best in the world and that we are literally selecting those with the brain, talent, skills, skills, work experience that we need to unlock the potential of this country.
Very good, Mr. It's really good news you are sharing with us and our listeners. So anything else you think you want to share with the Sabrang Radio listeners?
Well, just happy Vaisakhi again to everyone. Thank you for all the cooperation we get from your listeners in delivering these programs. We know that people want to come here because of our strong economy, because of the quality of life in our cities and smaller communities as well, but also because they are welcome here. And it is families, community organizations, and volunteers across Calgary and universities, colleges, workplaces that make immigration a reality. So thanks to all of your listeners. Reach out to new Canadians and help them seize the opportunities that this country is able to offer them.
So thank you very much to you also. You are bringing a lot of good policies to bring more and more people from other countries, especially from India. Those are educated and will be sharing with us now this land and giving more valuable their skills.
Absolutely. Helping us to build a better Canada, an even better Canada.
So that's very good, and we're proud of being a Canadian. And I always say to my listeners, like, this country has given us so much. I can't think about in words we can't express like how much we have here now because of the Canadian system.
Well, I feel exactly the same way. I think today Canadian citizenship has unprecedented value, and when you see the day of honor that is being marked in Calgary tomorrow and also here in Ottawa as we approach Canada Day less than 2 months from now, you sense that pride that Canadians have in their achievement and also have in their openness to the world through immigration and through study and through all the streams, the waves of visitors that are increasingly drawn to this country, visitors and immigrants.
That's very true, and I still remember when the Winter Olympic, when Canadians were there and they were telling like they are feeling so proud, people over there, they are saying, oh, you are Canadian. They were respecting them a lot because they are Canadian. So,
and I think people will remember Vancouver Whistler Olympic even more because that was the last Olympic Games where after the games were over, the host didn't go and invade a neighboring country.
That's right. Thank you very much, Minister. I think we will get some more from you on this topic once any new thing will be coming.
Thank you. Looking forward to continuing the conversation and to seeing you in Calgary soon.
Yeah, thank you very much and have a good day.
All the best.
ਪੰਜਾਬੀਅਤ ਦੀ ਮਸਤੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਵੋ ਮਲੰਗ 24 ਘੰਟੇ 7 ਦਿਨ ਸਬਰੰਗ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਬਰੰਗ ਰੇਡੀਓ 94.7 FM